Hello again, this is Mara Raham. Today in this audio chapters we're going to cover chapter 6 part 1, the basic grammar, Tourist Memla. In this audio we're gonna learn the following topic, the hard and soft letter. And you can pause this one to look where we're gonna learn. I'm gonna just move on. The first thing we're going to cover today is the hard and the soft letters. أثواث ركيخة وأثواث قشية. This topic we already have covered when we study the letters. If you remember, we have a few letters and they are 6 in total. As a grammar, they change their sounds, or they have a different sounds we call soft sounds or soft letter when we have a dot underneath it, or like a semicolon for pe underneath the letter pe. On this page, the hard and soft letters, as you see here, I have repeating wherever we have before. With more examples. I'm going to start with the right column. When I have a beth dot underneath it, the sounds is O or wow, W, like in kthawa, book. Gamal dot underneath it, I don't have any sounds similar like this in English. You may have it in your native language. Sounds is r, like pagra, body. Daleth dot underneath it, which is daleth, dot underneath it, sounds is th, the, like raqada, dancer. Cap dot underneath it, it sounds kh. Again, I don't have this sounds in English, kh, and I have two words here. First one is dukhrana, the second one is bakhta. Now pe has a semicircle underneath it, and the sounds is wow or W in English, and I have two words, nausha, rusha. And finally, tau, t or t dot underneath it, sounds again is th, th, like third. And example I have here is catholica. The next topic is the prepositions in Syriac. As we learn also when we study the letters, we have 4 letters if they join the noun at the beginning. They are preposition. These letters are beth, b, daleth, d, wow, w, lamath, l. And they all together, you can put them in one word, abdol. Just to remind those preposition, you can remember all these in one word if you're gonna memorize or remember this word, abdol. Beth, b, it means at, in, by, on. Daleth means of, or like, or also as, or according to. Wow means and used for conjunction. Lamath means to or for. However, it's barely to use it as to with the verb, but you cannot use it with a verb. We're going to use another letter as a preposition with the verb for to. We're going to cover that one just in a minute. Some of those examples, when we say Malka, I'm using Malka, king, the word, and I'm going to apply those 4 letters as a preposition and how exactly the word change, the meaning change. Malka means by the king, the Malka of the king, Malka and the king, Malka to the king. Now, for those who are looking for more grammar and advanced grammar, I encourage you to look at the Appendix D and end of the book for more rules, and those rules are applied for more on a classical language, but also they apply on the spoken language as well. I'm not gonna go over this appendix because really this is a basic grammar, but for those that are looking more grammar, they can look at the Appendix D. And by the way, all the appendix are for those they are looking for more grammar or advanced grammar to know or to learn. The independent preposition, we have also a few words. They are words, not like letter. They join or make a relationship with the noun. And these words, as you see here in this page, bathar, after, bathra, back or behind, qam, before, khotha, under, benath, between, bgawe, by or in, to use with a tool, bgawe with something, with, لعلاية to the top, resha, above, men, and you see here men, sometimes we put those big dot or one big dot underneath it. It means men. And now if you change this dot, you're gonna put it on the top of meme, it's gonna be men, and that is a question name, who, means who. Some of those examples using these independent word preposition, bathard ilana, after the tree, bathard betha, قامت بيثة, خوثد مطرة, بينث حيوانة. And I mentioned that sometimes men, we put big dot underneath it for the Zlam Abshiqa. And if we're gonna change, or we put the big dot above the meme, the beginning and that's gonna be men, and it's a question name. For example, min athra yummad beth nahrin. Min athra, from. Here means from, but when I put the dot above, it's gonna mean man mshudir agarda, who sent the letter. Man mshudir agarda. And again, Beth Nahran, it's our native land, country, in nouns like Iraq in present days, and it means the Mesopotamia. For sometimes the word or the preposition men means from, also can be or can reduce or can short to one letter m, as me. Okay, in fact, even though we're gonna say it, and it's gonna join the noun. For example, to say min betha, from home, we can say it as short mbetha, like we are signing the meme, we are signing the noon at the end. So mbetha. 2 and 4, also we have another preposition is called ta. And this one has 2 meanings, depends on the subject. If it follows by noun, it means 4, and it means 2 if it is follows by the verb. For example, This shirt is for my dad. You see here, for my dad is following the adjective or the noun. هذه شقة إلى بابي. بابي here means for. Now, if I'm going to read the second example, أنا كبنت دمخن. دمخن is a verb, to sleep. Okay, I want to sleep. So when I say تاو or using تاو before the verb, the تاو means to. Most the time when you listen to people and they are using ta with the verb, the ta, the preposition ta, almost sounds like de. Okay, I'm going to repeat the same example. When I say أنا كبن دمخن, أنا كبن دمخن, do you see how exactly the ta is kind of moved or have make it sounds de? And when exactly we're going to use ta to emphasize? أنا كبنت دمخن. I'm trying to emphasize or tell what I want to do right now. Next topic is the subject pronoun. حلب شمة. And here we're going to study the first, the second, the third person subject pronoun. The first one is first person, န့amaیا. So I, how are we going to say? Now here we're going to study how we're going to say I am, you are not, I'm not. Okay. أنا, I, is used for both masculine and feminine. First person speaker, that's mean the first person speaker, male or female, they're going to say أنا. It's not going to change as I. Example, أنا شمي إلى مروجي. أنا شمي إلى مروجي. أنا وشمي. Shimmi, Shumma is name. Shimmi, like we're going to study this in a few pages, so in this chapter, means my name. Okay, shimmi, my name, for male and female, first person. So exactly, literally is going to say, my name is Marogi. Ana shimmi ila Marogi. Most of the time, the pronoun, and this is applied for all of them, all pronoun in first, second, third, singular, and plural, you can omit the pronoun. When we're going to use the pronoun, just when we need to emphasize something. So in the previous example, أنا شمي مروجي, I can omit أنا. I say شمي إلى مروجي. And everyone is going to understand you that your name is Marogi. You are trying to say your name is Marogi. And I have another example here. It says شمي إلى يعقوب. شمي إلى يعقوب. I am. I am. How are we going to say it? For male, first person male, أنا إيون. First person female, أنا إيون. We're going to study about the group, first person group later on. Example, when I'm going to say I am Syriac, mean like I belong to this nation. Guy or first person male is going to say Ana Iwan Suraya. Female, she's going to say Ana Iwan Suretha. Omed Ana, so you can say Iwan Suraya, Iwan Suretha. And again, Suraya and Suretha, Suryaye in the plural, means Chaldean man or Assyrian man or Syriac man, as we mentioned before. Am I, let's just put this one in a question mark when you need to ask question, am I? How are we going to say it? It's just same as we switch the order of I am to am I. It's going to be the same in Surat. So we're going to have iwan ana for female. So for male, iwan ana. Here you cannot omit ana. You have to keep it there. Otherwise, yeah, honestly, you can omit ana too as well. You can say iwan, but you have to say something after that. Okay, or iwan and do something or say something after that. For example, am I crazy? This is a question most of the time. Most people, they ask this they say that iwan ana dewana or iwan ana dewanitha for female. Again, if you want to omit ana, you can say iwan dewana, iwan dewanitha. You can say that too. I am not. I am not is by adding la before am. So for male and female, just add la before iwan or iwan. So you're gonna say ana la iwan. I am not for male. From male, sorry. From female, first person, ana la iwan or ana lewan. Here we're gonna get to the new things really, and you need to get used to this one. We have a lot of short way of saying the same two words together, especially with a negative. So you need to pay attention on this. So for example, when I say ana lewin, ana la iwin, that is exactly how it says there. But I can say ana lewin for short, ana lewin. And female, ana la iwan, you can say ana lewan. Okay? That's exactly for the short. Example, I am not doing good. Okay? Ana lewan tawa. Ana lewan tota. Or for short, another small short, we can omit ana, lewan tawa. Lewan tota. In the past, when I say I was, okay, to something happened or something I wasn't there, ana winwa for male, ana wanwa for female. Example, I was at home at this time. How exactly first person male is going to say it? Ana winwa betha b'adi addana. Female, ana wanwa betha b'adi addana. Was I? Let's just do the question exactly. We're going to flip the same thing we did with the present. We're going to do it with the past. It just swipe or change the order of the word. Was I? Winwa ana. Wanwa ana. So winwa ana for male, wanwa ana for female. Example, was I there? Was I there? Winwa ana tama for male, wanwa ana tama for female. I was not, now in the past. It is again adding la, sorry, for before was. Ana lawan watama. Ana lawan watama. Ana for female. Ana lawan watama. Ana lawan watama. Now, how are we gonna say we? Now you already had the idea how this one is represented in the book, so I'm gonna try just to read the surah and give one example to make it shorter. Otherwise, it's gonna be very boring if we're gonna cover every single thing in the book. أخني we. أخني we. We are أخني إيوخ. By the way, this one is for male and female, mix or same gender, plural or male or female. So again, we أخني. We are أخني إيوخ. Are we إيوخ أخني? We are not أخني لا إيوخ. And for short, you can say أخني ليوخ. Example, we are from Michigan. أخني إيوخ من Michigan. Are we from Iraq? إيوخ أخني من بيت نهران. We are not from Iraq. أخني ليوخ من بيت نهران. We were. In the past, we were أخني وخوة. أخني وخوة. Example, we were in Canada last month. أخني وخوة بكندا يرخت فتلة. Were we as a question. وخوة أخني. Example, were we at his wedding? وخوة أخني بخلولة. We were not أخني لا وخوة. Again, you see, add لا before. أخني لا وخوة. And again, all these are for same male and female. Now moving on to the second person, parsopa trayana. How are we gonna say when we talk to the second person? How are we gonna ask him question, or how are we gonna talk to them? You for male ayit, female ayat. Ayit, ayat. You are ayit iwit, ayat iwat for female. For male ayit iwit, female ayat iwat. Example, you are from Michigan. So if it's second person male, we're gonna say ayit iwit min Michigan. Female ayat iwat min Michigan. Are you iwit ayat? Male. Female iwat ayat. You are not. Male ayat la iwit. Or ayat lewit. And to make it more shorter, lewit. Just say lewit. For female, ayat la iwat, ayat lewat, or just say lewat. Again, we use ayat, ana just to emphasize the thing. Example, you are not Arab. Ayat lewat Arabaya. Ayat lewat Arabetha. You were, for male, ayat wa witwa. Ayat wa witwa. Female, ayat wa watwa. Ayat wa watwa. Ayat wa watwa tamam ta'olib waraqa. Were you, for male, wa witwa ayat, wa watwa ayat. You were not, for male, ayat lawa witwa. Female, ayat lawa watwa. In a plural, you, as a plural, when you have a group of people, mixed people, or same gender, masculine or female or male, you, how are you going to say it? You're going to say akhtun. And most of the time, the noon at the end is silent, so it's going to be akhtu. أخت. You are أخت إيوت. Are you إيوت أخت? You are not أخت لوت. You were أخت وتنوا. Were you وتنوا أخت? You were not أخت لا وتنوا. Example, you are Syriac. We're talking to a group of people, mix or same gender. أخت إيوت سورياي. You are not from Michigan. أخت لوت من Michigan. Third person. Parsopa тлithaya. He أو he is أو إله. Is he إله أو he is not أو لا إله, or you can say أو ليله, and for more shorter here you can say lele. He was أو wewa. Also you can say أو wawe. Both of them okay. Was he wewa أو? He was not أو lewewa. She أي. She is أي إلى. Is he إلى أي? She is not أي ليلى or أي لا إلى, or you just say ليلى. She was أي واوا. Was she واوا أي? She was not أي لواوا. Couple examples here. He is a teacher أو إلى ملبانا. She is a teacher أي إلى ملبنيثا. They, okay, third person group, and this is the same for male, female, or mixed. Any, they are أني إلى. Some group of people they say أني إلي, so it's the same إلى or إلي. Are they إلى أني? They are not أني لا إلى, or you can say أني ليلى, and you can say ليلى. They were أني واوا. Were they واوا أني? They were not أني لواوا. Example, they are Tilkepeners. By the way, Tilkepe is a big city, Chaldean city or Surai city in north of Nineveh, Deshten Nineveh, and everyone is very famous city, town. So how are we going to say Tilkepeners? And means people they are from this city. We say أني إلى تلكبناي. تلكبناي. In a note, I explain here how you gonna denote a person or make person belong to the city. Like when we say Michigan is the state, people they live in Michigan or from Michigan, we say them Michiganders or Michigander for one. So that's exactly how means here. So if it's a male, it's going to end with the name of the city, adding naya. Okay? Tilkepe, tilkepnaya for male. For female, نيثا. Adding نيثا to the end of the name of the city. For example, القش. القش نيثا. That means she is from القش. Is another big city in the north of Tilkepe. And ناي, end of the city. القش القشناي. Here I have the example القشنايا for male, القشنيثا for female, القشناي for plural, and I'm using القش city name. Just pay attention to the sounds of ani, they, okay, and ani, these. Ani or ani. Example, I am Tilkepener, but I am from America. It's gonna say أنا إيون تلكبنايا بس أنا إيون من أمريكا. You are القوشنرز أختن إيوتن القشناي. أني ليلى بدراسة. They are not studying. أني ليلى بدراسة for group. أنا إيون تلميذة. I am a student. آي إلى خورثي وإلى من كندا. آي إلى خورثي وإلى من كندا. أنا إيون سورايا ومشيحايا. أنا إيون سورايا ومشيحايا. Here, most people, they confuse about these two words. Suraya, sometimes they think it's Mshihaya, or means Mshihaya, which means Christian, and this is wrong. Suraya is a native language or people or nation, and Mshihaya is a religion. That's his two big thing, but most people, they get confused between them, and honestly this one is due to the political and problem with the country they live in. The next topic is the Syriac nouns. شمة, شمة is one, شمة is more. As we learned and covered before, that in Syriac everything has a gender, and we're going to divide the name, and later on in a second part we're going to talk about adjectives. So we're going to know that everything has male or female, or let's say masculine or feminine. Okay, the types of a noun, some couple of things we need to know. That unlike English language, Syriac noun do not need to capitalize the first letter of the noun, because we do not have that. We do not have capital letter. Okay, so we're not going to start any name or statement with the uppercase or something like that. First type of noun, dự헨Я샤, proper noun. Proper noun, as we mentioned before when we study the alab cannot show up in the middle of this proper noun. If you have alab in a proper noun, that means that name it's not a Syriac name. Proper noun, they could be person, could be places, could be things. Examples of some person, okay, if the name is for male, that name is male or masculine. If it's a female, that name is female. Example, Isha, Jesus. Maryam, means Mary. Yaqub means Jacob. Places, most cities' names are in a feminine name. For example, Michigan, Nineveh, Babel, Tura. For example, Nohadra's mountain, Turad Nohadra. Things like a press qala, radio is something. برسقالة. For example, برسقالة كلداي. برسقالة كلداي. برس حزوة TV. برس حزوة like برس حزوة آشور. برس حزوة آشور. And for the proper noun, is uncommon to have those in the plural, but sometimes we use them. Just like, you know, here in example we have 3 Maryams. In fact, how we're gonna say, just like we have 3 girls, their name is Maryam. So we're gonna say اتن طلث مريم. You know, something like this has happened, but doesn't mean you can put them in the plural. The next one is ዄ헨Я샤, common noun. 흉마가와나야. There are names of categories. All of them, they end in Syriac. They end with the skapa, with the letter alep and skapa on the preceding letter. Examples: persons, okay, brata, bnatha, yumma, yummatha, malpana, malpane, malpanitha, female, teacher, malpanyatha, malacha, malakh. Places, for example, betha, bate, tora, tore, vita, vinatha. And things, arya, aryawatha, khamra, khamre, qanya, qanye, nura, nure. Also, we have like an ideas. Physically, you cannot see or touch or taste or smell or hear them. It's just like something, and not every one of them they have a plural. Iqara, for example, iqara, respect, iqare, hubba, hubbe, yumutha. Yeah, probably you're gonna say yummawatha, but that is not gonna be motherhood. Yumutha, motherhood. Babutha, fatherhood or dadhood, it should be. Akhawutha, brotherhood, and nashutha, humanity. The next type of noun is collective noun. ݹμενια. It's something like collective, more than one, but they are coming in the form of singular. Example, and they can be singular or plural, but you're going to use is, not are, but in Syriac. For example, audience, dự헨샤. 긱헨샤 is audience. Class, like you preferring the number of students in a class, we call them a class, is ﷺ. Okay, let's say here, example, the class is outside. So if you're gonna say the class is the room, and here you cannot say the room is outside as a physical place, but here when I say the class is outside, that's mean this group of kids belong to this class or this grade are outside. So you're gonna say it. You see here you said is outside, you did not say are. So it's same thing in Surat. You're gonna say Sappa ilbarai. Sappa ilbarai. Also we say amma. Amma here is we use kind of very stress am, 2 M's, let's say, but first one amma. The Syriac people has a rich culture, So we're gonna say عما سوريايا إت مردوثة أترتا. عما سوريايا إت مردوثة أترتا. By the way, we don't have the article the like in English, but or a or an in Syriac. Pronominal prefix and suffix. In the last section, we studied the subjective we, he, she, they, independent personal pronouns. In this section, we will study pronouns that can be either possessive, our, his, her, their, or adjective, us, him, her, them. In Syriac, the possessive and adjective pronouns appear as suffix on a noun, preposition, and the defined direct object marker, and they called pronominal prefix and suffix. The first one, it's the possessive forms of noun. As we mentioned that we do not have the and in, or like when we say the inflectional possessive, we don't have that in Syriac. So how exactly we gonna use it in Surah, or how we gonna use it? For example, when we say Maryam's house, Maryam's house or house of Maryam, so how are we gonna say this one? We use the dala, the preposition dala. Betha de Maryam. Betha de Maryam. Betha also means family, means Maryam's family. When you describe a physical thing, Betha means the physical house. But when you say Beth and Maryam, something like idea or something you cannot taste or hear, I mean, it's like a family thing. The Bible is the Lord's book. Evangelion il Kthawad Maria. Kthawad Maria, Lord's book. Shushan il Bakhtid Yosep. Shushan il Bakhta Yosep. Yosef, wife. The second one, the adjective possessive. Here, we're gonna have it in the first, second, third person format or form. First person, porsopakamaya. With the individual, I want you to look, because I'm not gonna go over the grammar how we're gonna form that one, but you need to look at the book and exactly what is gonna happen. That's, we already said the noun ends with the alap and iskapa at the end. So here is the key. What is gonna happen at the end? What is gonna happen to the alap? Okay, and the iskapa before. How it's going to be changed. For the individual, we're going to just drop the alap and change the skapa vowel in the preceding letter to hwasa. For example, shimma, shimma name. To say my name, you're going to say shimmi. So what happened? Alap was dropped and replaced hwasa with the skapa on the preceding letter. Baba, Babi, Yimma, Yimmi, Malpanitha, Malpanithi, my female teacher. Bgawe, Bgawi, in me or by me. Also study the following examples in the plurals when you say my names, my fathers, my mothers, my teachers. Look exactly what happened to that name. For example, Shumma, Shimmi, my name's Shammani. Baba, Babi, Babawathi, and so on. Now, when you are talking about group, first person group, like when we say our house, how is it gonna happen. Look at how we're gonna change that at the end. So from betha to bethan, sawa sawan, yimma yimman, malpana malpanan. With us is gonna be imman. With us, imman. And also I have examples of using those in the plural, like our houses, our grandfathers, our mothers, our teachers. Look at those. I'm gonna say our houses batan, our grandfathers sawanan, and so on. How are we gonna use the second person persopatrayana? Rules are there. How are we gonna form that, the ending? And I'm gonna jump on example. Okay, sister khatha. Sister means khatha. So how are you going to say to the second person, your sister, second person male, second person female, second person group as well. We're going to study that, the group, later, or it's going to be in later. To male speaker, you're going to say khathuch. Again, ending the word, the ending in the word is above. How we form that and what we need to change. I want you to look at that page and see what has happened there. So khatha, khathuch for male. For female, khathach. Achona, achonuch, achonach. Brata, bratuch, bratach. Madrashta, madrashtuch, madrashtach. Again, some people they say it madrasa, madrasta, or madrasa, madrastuch. Also study the examples in the plural when we say it the second person. Like when you say your sisters, okay? How are you going to say your sisters to the second person, male and female? Khathwathuch, khathwathach for female. Khathwathuch for male, khathwathach for female. Achanwathuch, achanwathach. Abnathuch, abnathach. For the group, again, how exactly is going to be changed? We're going to add khun at the end. So, for example, when I have athra means country, to say to the group your country, group of mixed people or same gender, male or female, group, athrochun, your village, matha mathochun. And to say it for a group of people, talking about the group of their countries, everyone, a group of people, they belong to different countries. Your countries, athrawathochun. Your villages, okay, methwathochun. It's very important to know how to put it in a plural as well. How are we going to do the third person, persopatlithaya? What is going to be changed? Now I want you to look close on these, because for female we have a special third person female. We put a dot above he at the end. So book, kthawa, kthawe, his book. Her book, kthawa. Look at the her book, there is a dot above he, means this one is a feminine or female. Son or boy, brona. His son, brone. Her son, brona. Also, I have two examples to use it with the plural thing, like his books, his sons, her books, her sons. Take for his books, I'm going to read that one. Kthawane for his books. Her books, kthawana. Kthawana. For group, here we're gonna add the yod, he, silent, e at the end, ahwasa. So it's gonna be like sota, old woman or grandmother, sota, to say their grandmother in a singular one, sotei. Their uncle, khala, from mom's side, khalai. Khalta, mom's side, khaltei. Uncle, father's side, amma, ammay. Aunt, from the father's side, amta, amtay. Also, I have in that page a few examples how we're gonna say uncles, like in a group of people talking about their uncles. Okay, khalawathayi, ammawathayi, ammawathayi, and so on. So look at those and see what is gonna change. The next one is the absolute possessive, and here, like when we say mine, yours, hers, his, theirs. So how are we gonna say this one in Surah? And for the mine, first person, those are, by the way, not possessive suffix or something. I'm sorry, they are not suffix to add to the end of the word. They are word by themselves. Can give the entire meaning the whole meaning when you talk. Okay, can we use it with the just like instead of the post fix? Sometimes yes, and we're gonna have some examples. Okay, first person for male, mine for male and female is the same. Di. Di. Ours, diyan. Diyan. Example, this book is mine. Ay kthawa ili diyi. Adi, or ay kthawa, sorry, ili diyi. Ay kthawa ili diyi. Can I use it with the postfix? Adi ili kthawi, I have to say. Adi ili kthawi. Okay? Your house is big, but not as big as ours. بيثو خون إلى رابع بس ليلة بشرابة من ديان من ديان. Now, how I'm going to say it the other way, I can say بيثو خون إلى رابع بس ليلة بشرابة مبيثي. Bethi. I have to say Bethi here. I don't want you to confuse you, but here you can use those as a word and means exactly the same as we learned before. Second person, how are we going to say that? For male, diyuch, female, diyach, plural, diyuchun. My car is not working. Can I take yours? This is from male speaker to female. سيارتي ليلة ببلاخة إيبي شقلاً ديخ. There was a big number of people in your wedding. I'm talking to group. إثوى خمنيان رابا ناش بخلولة ديوخن. ديوخن, to group. Third person, okay, his, diye, hers, diya. Again, look at the dot. Theirs, diye. Theirs, diye. Example, I did not have my textbook for Syriac class, so Ashur lent me his. أنا لثوى لكثاوي الصبت سورة وهادخ آشر كيمياولي كثاودية.